So I never feel love again. How, how in the name of God do I start over at this age? I can't imagine what my future holds. I'm so scared. I have heard lots and lots and lots, hundreds and hundreds of women from in the world as they grapple with that. A relationship is over. They've been together with their partner for decades. The relationship has ended. They believed with their whole heart that this was the very next great chapter of their lives. Their time now, time to do all the things they've been putting off, really excited about what the future holds. You know, the kids are grown up. They're grappling menopause, but they're coping fairly well. Not brilliant, but fairly well. And there's no telltale signs that there's anything wrong. And then from nowhere, it feels like the rug is pulled from underneath of them. The partner says, that's it, I'm done, I'm finished, I'm over it. The kids are grown up, all my responsibilities, I can just say now I can go. And it can feel like you're walking in a nightmare. You know, you're thinking, gosh, this has got to be a bad dream. There's no way this is true, right? There's no way that they just said that. Like, surely to God, they're not saying they're leaving. And like, you know, as the dust starts to settle, and you're like, no, they actually mean it. They actually mean it. They're going to leave. And then the days pass, and you're kind of like a bit of a robot going through emotions and thinking, they'll tell me today they've changed their mind, they were just in a bad mood, something is bothering them, and the days go on, and then the day comes when they're packing their bag and they're walking out the door, and you're just like, this can't be happening, like, this cannot be happening. As they leave, it sort of hits you full frontal, you know, it's kind of like, oh my God, my relationship is over. And you know, sitting down with that and going, well, what next? What next? You know, what's going to happen to my life? I had this plan. You know, we'd worked hard. We'd saved. You know, we were comfortable. Maybe not fabulous, but comfortable. You know, we had a home, and now I'm going to lose my home. And I was ready to give up work, and now I've got to keep working. And they've just walked out the door as if nothing's happened, and I just don't know how I'm going to get through this. I'm going to be by myself for the rest of my life. I can't imagine ever being with anybody ever again. For these women, it is such a blow and so challenging to think about the future and what's going to happen next, because they've never ever made space for that. Our brains like familiar things. Our brains order our lives through familiarity. We don't like change very much, we humans. We like predictability. And so it's something like this happens, and you don't have a roadmap for how to get out of it, and you can't even imagine a life by yourself because that was never part of the plan, then you can be literally standing in a life where you have no idea what the very next right step is. You know, there's just too much to do. All of the untangling of your lives, you know, will I keep my name? Will I change my name? Will I keep my home? Will I have to go find somewhere to rent or somewhere to buy? You know, are we going to have to live under the same roof for a period of time while we both look for stuff? What's going to happen to the assets or the liabilities? How do we manage that? Oh my God, what about the kids? Like, what are we going to do during marriages and christenings and all of the things where we're supposed to be a couple and yet now we're not together? What do we do at Christmas time? What do we do at birthdays and Easters and all the things that we celebrate as a family? What do we do? It is really, really important when you have 7,655 million questions like that to actually not try and answer any of them, to come right back to this second today and go, okay, I'm going to write 3 things on a piece of paper today to try and manage today. You know, what have I got to do today? Do I have to talk to a lawyer today? Have I got to sit down with the kids today? Have I got to take some time off work because I need some space to think things through and work out my next right move? You know, how am I feeling physically, emotionally? Do I need to eat something? Do I need to get some sleep? Do I need to go for a walk? Should I talk to a friend? It's about really not trying to do the next month, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years. It's about doing this minute and going, okay, what have I got to do next? What is the very next right thing for me to do? the women that I work with who have gone through this experience, I watch them blossom and grow and become resilient and strong and write a new chapter in their lives. For some of them, it might take 6 months to 12 months. For some it's longer, some it's 2-3 years, because they've been with their partner for a very long time. What I know for sure is they grow resilience inside of them, one teeny tiny step at a time. They deal with things as they come up, head on and pragmatically, and understanding that I've got to make decisions. Maybe I have to learn some new skills. Maybe I've got to ask for advice and help. Maybe I need to get community and support around me to help me as I move through what are some of the most challenging things I've ever faced in my life. If you are going through a long-term relationship breaking down and you are trying to start the process of rebuilding your life, I know it can be really hard. On my YouTube channel here, you will find lots of videos, short ones and long ones, on lots of different topics. Sit down and have a listen to them when you can, how you can. If you've got questions, pop them in the comments. I'm more than happy to try and answer your questions. There are resources here that you just pop in your email and we send them to you privately, and you can have a read through some of the resources that I've got there free of charge. Also do Q&A sessions here, so if you have a question and you think, I just need a bit of advice, or I just want to know what I should be doing, or what I need to focus on, or I just need somebody to help me get through the fog, then the Q&A sessions are free. Come onto the YouTube channel. I usually do them once a week. They are on the page. It will tell you if you subscribe, so you hit the subscribe button and there's a notification button and it tells you when they're coming on. If you can come live, you can come live and chat. If you find that's not possible because of work or where you are in the world, then you can always come and watch them on the replay if you'd like to. Even if all of that feels too much, I run a regular Heartbreak to Healing workshop. It's a free week of being in a private group with me, free of charge, where we start to build some foundations around the beginning of this next chapter of your life. The goal of those workshops is to help you feel more resilient, help you lean into strategies that are going to help you kind of cope and take the next right steps. It also brings you into community with women globally who are going through the very same thing you are going through. If you're interested in that, there is a link on my page. If you can't find it, it'll be in the comments, so you can go into the comments. If you still can't find it, just write, hey Debbie, I can't find it, and I will make sure that you get the link there. What I want you to know is you will get through this. It may not feel like that right now. It might feel like this is an impossible thing, but you will get through this and you will start a new chapter. And as I say to many of the women I'm working with, the next chapter might just be the best one ever. You don't know. In the meantime, while you're going through this dark, difficult time, just keep showing up. Just keep trusting in the fact that you can get to the other side of this, one teeny tiny step at a time. And if you need some support, please do come over and have a chat with me. Take care.